If you're not using LinkedIn the same way I'm gonna show you in this video, you're probably missing out on the best and the easiest way to generate leads in the last 5 years. Because think about it, the people you want to be doing business with are probably not going to be scrolling on TikTok or looking at random Facebook ads that are saying like, book 20 to 30 calls per month, oh, you don't pay kind of shit, let's be honest. The people who are actually qualified to buy from you are on LinkedIn. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the most advanced ways to generate leads and more importantly, deals from LinkedIn. This is some of the stuff that I really would like to gatekeep. There's a bit of a secret sauce that we've been doing on LinkedIn lately and it's working so well that I don't even really want to share this. From this video, I hope you learn exactly how me and our company is booking hundreds of meetings from LinkedIn and how you can optimize your profile so people take you more seriously and how you can personalize your messaging so you're booking 1 to 2 calls per day. So if you don't want to fall behind and optimize on the best lead source to this date, which is LinkedIn, let's get right into it. So the very first thing you gotta dial in is your profile, because this is where people are gonna be landing. This is basically our digital business card. It's basically the thing that people glance over just quickly, so you really gotta make your first impression nice. Now, I'm looking at my LinkedIn and there's 230 active invitations. I'm gonna pick one, just to show you one bad profile and one good profile, so you can kind of see and visualize. Okay, this is pretty random. I'm showing you this profile that I'm looking at. I don't know the guy, so I feel bad for doing this, and this is perhaps not the best example, but you get the idea, the thinking behind this. So for example, this guy, Matthias, well, he has a good selfie at least, kind of professional, not the best. Could use some company gradients, company colors, something to stand out a little bit more, as well as the professional background. But it's good. I'll give it a solid number here. No cover photo, something that it's the first thing. Imagine pixels on your screen. You're coming to LinkedIn, you're clicking on someone's profile. The biggest thing they see is the cover photo. It's literally the thing they look at after your profile picture, or maybe even first. So you gotta have an optimized cover photo. I'm gonna show you a great profile after this one. Then the bio. So there's really nothing going on in the bio. Business and sport, fine, but what does that mean? Who are you helping? Who are you working with? There's nothing that is like, okay, this is speaking to me. Even though it kind of is, to be honest, it's kind of, I'm eating my own words, but it's kind of speaking to me because I'm business and sport. You guys know me, that I have the Adlerpreneur brand and so on. But it's not really optimized, let's be honest, yeah. He has a bio, that's good. This LinkedIn profile, I can almost guarantee is not making him any money. Like there's no money made here. Maybe that's not the intention, but you get the idea here. Let's find a good profile now. Okay, another good profile that I can share, my team member, Emil. I think he has a pretty good profile. He used to have a little bit different wording. Pretty self-explaining profile. Right away you can tell the branding, it's Leadsify. This just works. It's a growth partner that covers it all. It says in the cover photo, a little bit vague to be honest, could be way more targeted, but we decided to go that way because we just decided. The about page is spot on, has a featured link here, so you can book a call immediately. Has posts, relevant posts to the ICP. Has the background with certified expertise and basically giving social proof to the watchers, and overall good photo, everything just works. Yeah, maybe tweaked a little bit with the texts, but we at Leadsify, we maybe prefer to keep it a little bit more minimal. That's why there's nothing crazy going on here, and that's a decision that we have made, but it could be obviously a little bit more optimized, but it looks professional. And when people like this reach out to you on LinkedIn, usually just is a good look. Let's find another one just for sake of it. Now this is a good one in my opinion, very good one, and actually killing it on LinkedIn lately. And I know Rob, the profile that I'm showing, has been recently doubling down on LinkedIn and getting great results with it. But as you can see from the profile, this is a very optimized profile. Actually good that I found this one. You can right away tell from the cover photo that there's a company, there's what they do, which is help operate with operations with fast growth service-based businesses. They are a make.com partner, which is social proof, status, all that good stuff. Trusted by 91 agencies and businesses, status, social proof, makes it very professional, some logos, some good stuff here. And I like that it's very minimalistic. He doesn't have like a title here that a lot of people do. We solve ops problems for service-based businesses. Very easy to understand, everyone can get it. Then as well, our work, breakdowns and demos. So he has a link that you can book a call or something. Okay, directly links to the YouTube profile. And on the YouTube profile, there's a lot of videos about relevant stuff for the ICP. Then when you go to the page, there's the about page that is pretty damn well written and featured links. that makes sense. There's a lead magnet here, and then to book a call, as well as all of these posts that are relevant to the ICP. A great profile in my opinion. This looks like an optimized profile. Maybe, well, I don't know, the profile picture is pretty badass. It's personal as well. You have the role in there. Good job, Rob. I like this. Make your profile look nice. Optimize the bios, optimize the about text, optimize the cover photo, optimize the profile photo. There's plenty of AI photo makers that you can use if you don't want to have a professional photo shoot or don't have professional photos. Just optimize it, brand it. It's extremely important. Will help you with the reply rates. And it might seem obvious, but the most important thing is to speak to your ideal customer profile. Don't try and make a profile that really looks nice for your friends or other business associates or any people that have been a part of your life that you want to impress. This is all about making money, generating leads, generating deals. So optimize it for the right people, your ideal customer profile. Think about what do they want to see? What would be the content? What would be the text? What would be everything that they would like to see? And then think about what's going to stand out when they're going to be picking from you or other competitors. Make it impressive, make it so that it stands out. So you can use LinkedIn in a nice way that you optimize your profile, you send out DMs, you send message requests along the connection requests, and that's kind of great. They see you, but that's not what we are here for, let's be honest. So many people just DM outreach, send these message requests, and basically burn through the whole total addressable market or the ICP that they have. Now here's a very typical DM that you see on LinkedIn all the time. Hi, personalized name. I hope you're doing well. I'm reaching out because I think my product would really help your business. We specialize in helping companies just like yours increase revenue by 300%. Would you be interested in scheduling a 30-minute call to learn more? Let me know a time that works for you best, Kasper, or whatever. Now this comes across as generic. People see this all the time. There's no personalization, no thought, anything behind it. There's nothing. It's very salesy off the bat, all about me and what can I sell for you. Way too hard and direct to book a call right away. But a lot of companies spend so much money to make these kind of DMs on LinkedIn, and it's just not working at all. I'm gonna just show you a quick example how to write a good DM. You always have to do this exercise for yourself. Think about your ideal customer profile. Use Clay for personalization. Come up with something for yourself, for your business. I don't know your business. I'm doing this a little bit in a generic way. Now I see two ways going about LinkedIn outreach specifically to book meetings nowadays. First is text, second is voice note. Now voice note is the one that I really don't want to talk about because it's so good. I know it's a little bit weird. A lot of people don't do that, but that's exactly why it works. So let's begin with voice notes. How many times you as a founder, as a business people, you look at your phone or you look at your email, you see emails coming every single day, your inbox is bombarded, everyone's inboxes are bombarded with text. We do this, we do this, we do this, we do this, we provide this every single time. How many times have you received a LinkedIn voice note? You can maybe think like, oh, maybe I received once or twice or a few times. Not often. That's why, because it's new. Not a lot of people are able to use LinkedIn voice notes or even know how to use them, but you can use LinkedIn voice notes, and it's something we have done, and it's so good because everyone else is blasting messages, texts, we do this, we do that, and it stands out. You see a notification, a LinkedIn voice note, they're like, whoa, what is this? This is a little bit different. You get right away intrigued. You go look at it, you maybe check the profile, and you usually, if the voice note is 15 to 45 seconds, you usually play it. Once you play it, you're listening to a human speak rather than sending hundreds of these sales pitches that you're like, boom, 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 I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. All of a sudden, you're taking your time. You have this pattern interrupt. After 30 seconds, they are way more inclined to reply. This is where we have seen reply rates go for campaigns to 55%, even close to 60%. There's two ways to go about it. First, you can either make them manually, which is way better, or you can automate them with two unique softwares. If you make them manually, that's way better. Do a quick research of the profile, use their name in the voice note, make it a little bit different. I personally like to make it very like slang, local, like imagine you're speaking to a friend. The way I would like to approach it, for example, I was in Paris, or it can be whatever, but making it a little bit like, just once again, pattern interrupt. I was like, it's a lovely day, I'm just walking home, I'm just gonna blast a few voice notes, make sure that I have somewhat of a silence that can actually understand me, and then I would record like a voice note like this. Hi John, I'm walking here in Paris. I know this is a little bit random that I'm sending you a voice note whilst I'm having a vacation in Paris, but I just saw your post about how you're struggling with LinkedIn, and I was thinking that maybe it's because you're paying agencies a lot of money to make you these blasted DMs. You get the point, like making it very personal, making it very like human. This is why it's like kind of hard to teach, because I like to do them like I get this flow state and I'm just blasting them out. Hey John, I'm walking here in Paris just enjoying, but I saw your profile. I know this is so random that I'm sending you a voice note and I don't want to come off as too sleazy, but I wanted to get connected with you and hope maybe we can talk a little bit more about how you're using LinkedIn in 2025. And I wanted to share, maybe just make it natural. Some people would say, have a great hook, do this, do that, but I personally prefer to keep it very authentic. People like personas, especially nowadays when everything is AI and robotic. If you can keep yourself a little bit more human, they like it. Based on experience, based on data. The second one, which is text. Now the same kind of psychology applies, where you want to make it a pattern interrupt, you want to make it very human, you want to make it very personalized for them. For example, the LinkedIn post that they have made, let's say they made a post about struggling with LinkedIn content creation, or let's just use that for the sake of it. Then you can reach out to them with that exactly inserted into personalization, and then following up with how you can help them. So I like to use emojis, I like to use like imagine typing on a phone. That's kind of the language. So from cold emails it can be a little bit more professional, but with LinkedIn it's a little bit more like texting a friend. That's kind of the way I go about it. There might be grammar mistakes, there might be like lowercase texting. You figure out what works for you, what works for your ICP, but I don't like to be sleazy, salesy at all. It's more about just like connecting with people. Now, building your qualification funnel basically ties into the same thing that I said about building your profile and how it looks like. You should be tailoring to your ICP because you only want qualified prospects to come in, no one else. Because the opposite is you're gonna be getting just a bunch of tire kickers in, you're having meetings, you're feeling productive, you're feeling like you're doing the right things, but those are not your ICP and they're not going to be buying from you. Now the tough part with LinkedIn is usually how to scale this. You may have one profile, you're getting nice reply rates if you optimize your profile, you're doing the right kind of messaging, you're finding out what your ICP likes, so on and so forth. But how do you scale this thing? Because there's limitations with LinkedIn. And once again, you don't really want to scale something that you don't have traction with. So if you are not getting any results with LinkedIn, take a look at this video, find something that works, keep trying, keep iterating, keep testing new things until you have found product market fit. If you have, although found product market fit, then it's the time to scale this. In my opinion, the best way to scale LinkedIn is not going the route of finding these tech softwares that are sending these kind of crappy AI messages and whatever it may be. I'd rather take the manpower route. That's my personal preference, and I've seen it work better testing both pathways. Now, what I mean by the manpower route, by that I mean that if you have any company team members, get their profiles, or another route is that you train them up to use their profiles correctly. But alternatively, you use their profiles. So you have access to them, you put them in the same softwares that you're using for the sending, or if you want to use them manually, you can do that as well, but you get their profiles under your management. Another route is trying to find out some softwares that can be used. I know there's a few good ones. I personally like Lemlist and I personally like Valaxy. I've used plenty, but those two I come back because on those you can use the voice note automation, for example. So you can scale this by sending more voice notes or recording it once, testing multiple campaigns. So then other than that, just getting more accounts, and always having more campaigns going. With LinkedIn, you can generate so much demand that you gotta be ready to prepare for it. So the inbox management is crucial on how you book them from interest to meetings and actually qualified meetings, and then as well as fulfill on those clients. So just be aware that this potentially can completely blow up your pipeline if you've done correctly. So this video was all about LinkedIn. I wanted to quickly make the main points about LinkedIn that you can apply today that will hopefully give you the most value. If you're serious about doing your LinkedIn and you don't want to learn the best scripts and the voice notes and whatever tools to use, and you want to just outsource it, we can do that for you at Leadsify. This is something we have been doing for the last 2 years internally. It's been one of our best lead sources ever. That's why we're going heavy on it, as well as for our clients. If this is something that interests you, you can book a call with our team from the link in the description. Or if you don't want to outsource LinkedIn to a team like ours, and maybe you are interested in learning more about how to do this, the scripts, this kind of stuff, whatever it may be, we have a program for this as well, which is Agency Velocity that I'm in. I'm right now coaching inside Agency Velocity as well. If you're more interested in more of a done with you implementation, Agency Velocity. If you're more interested in done for you, Leadsify. Ciao.